Minor Daily Show, everyone. And here we go for another episode. And we have so much to talk about today, folks. You have no idea what's going on in the investigation of Savannah Guttrie's mother. Basically, nothing is going on. Basically, the FBI embarrassed themselves yesterday. They took the SWAT team out, they took the bomb team out, and they got a delivery guy. They stopped the delivery guy and took him and detained him. And the delivery guy had nothing to do with it. Zero. Nothing to do with it. The delivery guy had nothing to do with it. Now, his poor mom, the delivery guy's poor mom, okay? She was telling reporters, I promise you, my son had nothing to do with this. My son had nothing to do with this. And then the son was finally released, and we find out the mother was right. They harassed this family, folks. I'm trying to make sure in case you guys are commenting. Let me get the channels up here. But, folks, has anybody have any faith in the FBI after this? Because I have absolutely no faith in them after this. None. Absolutely none. No faith whatsoever, guys, do I have in the FBI. None. Now, before we went on air here, they are telling us now, folks, this is what they're telling us. They're telling us they found a black glove around the house. So there's a black glove they found, okay? That's what they're all saying, that there was a black glove they found. Now, folks, I know it's Arizona. I know it's Arizona, okay? So there's no snow or anything like that, so there shouldn't be gloves laying around. But let's just say that glove was there. You don't know. Folks, after 10 days, the FBI gives us a glove. We got a glove. That's all we got. 10 days. And then I watched the video of this guy at the front door. And I watched expert after expert after expert on Fox News saying, this guy's unprofessional. He's unprofessional. Look what he did here. Look what he did there. He was totally unprofessional. This guy, he's an amateur. He's an amateur. So wait, you're telling me this guy's an amateur criminal? An amateur criminal. But yet our FBI can't catch him. We can't catch him. Our sheriff's office can't catch him. We have no idea. Let me tell you why I know they have no idea who did this. I know, because they took that delivery guy in custody yesterday. If they didn't detain that delivery guy, I'd be like, maybe they have a suspect. But now I know for a fact, our FBI 1000% does not have a suspect in this case. It's amazing. After 10 days, they got a video of this guy who they said was unprofessional, and nobody's in custody. No suspect, no nothing. And now before we got on air, I don't know how true this is, but I heard that the Guttries may have got their own private investigator now. Why would they do that? I don't know how true that is. Somebody DM'd me and told me that before I went on air. So I don't know how true that is. I'm going to have to look it up and see. But folks, why would they do that? That don't even make sense to me. But this whole thing don't make sense to me. Absolutely don't make sense to me at all. Fox News and News Nation was on saying, the SWAT team, the bomb squad, they're all leaving. Something's going on. Something's happening. Something's this. And they pull over a delivery guy who seems to not even know what's going on. Because if he did, he wouldn't have went on the news, okay, and started spouting off. Okay? And his mom started talking. Folks, these people had nothing to do with this. I'm almost 100% positive. They had nothing to do with this. Folks, the embarrassment right now of the FBI and law enforcement on that scene, it's got to be overwhelming because I'm embarrassed for them. 10 days and you have nothing. Nothing to go by, no evidence, nothing. How? How could you be the best law enforcement agency in the world and have nothing? Folks, I don't know what's going to come of this, but I'm going to tell you this. I'm pretty sure that this was not a ransom. I'm pretty sure that she's not being held for ransom. My gut tells me this is a false thing. Okay? We had how many emails? And then today, TMZ gets another email saying Give me one Bitcoin, which a Bitcoin is worth $66,000, and I'll rat this guy out. I'll rat this guy out for one Bitcoin. I know who he is. So this person wants one Bitcoin to rat him out because he knows who he is, but our FBI don't know who he is. Folks, somebody's playing a fucking game. That's what's going on here. There is a game that's being played right now, okay, across the world here by these people, okay? They're sending emails to news organizations. Listen, if you know anything about ransoms, they're very quiet. They tell the people, don't call the police, put the money here, and then we'll release your mom. Do not call the police. Ransom people don't go and give the ransom note to news stations. They don't want a spectacle, okay? They don't want everyone to know. In this case, the world knows. The world knows. And when they gave that to TMZ and the other news stations, they had to know the world was going to know. So, folks, my thing is, I don't believe this is a ransom. I think they're playing games. And unfortunately, I hate to say this, but I don't think she's alive. Okay? And I hope I'm wrong. But the more this goes on, the more I feel this woman is not alive. I really do. We got the blood in front of the house. Okay? We got the blood in front of the house and no proof of life. It's been 10 days. The deadlines have passed because they gave deadlines. Even though them deadlines are probably false, they're playing games. Folks, I don't believe she's alive. I don't. I hope the hell I'm wrong. I hope I'm so wrong. I hope they find her tomorrow and you guys all come on and say, see, Danny, you weren't a good cop. You were wrong. I hope and pray. I hope and pray I'm wrong. But folks, as this goes on, she doesn't have her medication. Unless they went and got her, the kidnappers got her medication somehow. Did they go to a pharmacy and get her medication? 10 days for an elderly woman to be without her medication, folks. I just don't think that's going to happen. I don't. I personally don't think that's going to happen. I think she's probably passed, or maybe she passed that night because there was blood. We don't know where that blood came from. We don't know how that blood got there. Did she fall? Maybe she fell as they were getting her out of the house. I don't know. But no proof of life, no calls from them, because yesterday the FBI said there hasn't been any negotiations between the Guttrie's that they know of and the kidnappers. Folks, I don't believe there's kidnappers. I don't. I don't believe there's kidnappers. I believe this is all false. Okay? I believe some of these emails going to TMZ could be just people doing it. But folks, something's weird with this case. Something is weird with this case. And I'm calling this case the JonBenét Ramsey case of 2026. I think the police made so many mistakes by leaving that house, coming back, leaving that house, coming back, that they probably overlooked stuff, okay? Or at least messed the evidence up. Folks, this is an embarrassment for law enforcement. And listen, I'm not picking on law enforcement. I support law enforcement. I was a cop for 27 years, but they made mistakes in this case, just like they made mistakes in the JonBenét Ramsey case. Folks, I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm really wrong. And I hope they arrest somebody tomorrow. And I hope they find Mrs. Guthrie. But I don't think that's going to happen. I just don't. Not after 10 days, and this poor woman has not been found. She's without her medication. Okay, we don't know how she's being treated. I hope I'm wrong. I'm praying I'm wrong. Okay, but I don't think I am. And guys, I think you're starting to feel that too. I really do. I think you're all starting to feel that. Okay, that she's probably not alive at this point. And you're probably losing faith in our FBI, because I'm losing faith in our FBI. I'm definitely 1,000% losing our faith in our FBI, because something should have came of this. And these so-called experts on Fox News saying that this guy was not professional, he was an amateur. By saying that, you're making the FBI even look worse. So, folks, let's hope there's a break overnight. Let's hope she's found, but I'm losing faith. I'm losing faith. Okay, the other big story, folks. The House passed the SAVE Act. Okay? What the SAVE Act is you have to have an identification to vote. Now, listen, I'm pretty sure I've shown an identification every time I voted here in Nevada. I'm almost 100% sure I did. So I don't know why the Democrats are fighting this. Now, the SAVE Act passed the House. Now it's got to go to the Senate for a full vote in the Senate. But this is a common sense law. Folks, 84% across the board. 84% across the board in the United States believes this should happen. Only 15% of the country doesn't want this to happen. So people are on board across all parties. Yes, you need an ID, okay? You need an ID. For some reason, the Democrats, this is what they say. It's too hard for women to get an ID, and it's too hard for black people to get ID. How? Ladies, okay, African Americans, is this true? Do you have trouble getting an ID? Why could I get an ID? Is it my white privilege? Is it my white male privilege that I can get an ID and you can't? I don't get this at all. How do you not get an ID? Okay, everyone has an ID. You can't go anywhere without an ID. You can't get on a plane. Everybody wants to see your ID. You sign up for anything online, it's an ID, an ID, an ID. How could you not have an ID? I just don't get this. And the Democrats are pushing this, pushing this, pushing this. I don't know what the vote was. I think it was like 218 to 213 or something the vote was. I think one Democrat went across party lines and voted for this. But folks, this is common sense. And this is what I tell you about the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party has zero common sense. The country, 85% of the country is for this. It's for this. But yet the Democrats are trying to lie to you and tell you women can't get identifications. Black people can't get identifications. You can't survive in the United States without one. This makes no sense, but this is the party of lies. But their followers believe it. I'm watching educated women that I know on my Facebook, supporting the Democrats, saying, yeah, that's true. You know, when we get divorced, our names change, and then we have to get a... Stop. You go to the DMV with your name changed and you get a new ID. Stop right now. You believe every lie this Democratic Party tells you. And I'm sick of calling it's the party of Karens. The Democratic Party is all women. The entire party is almost women. Okay? And they're all Karens. They complain about everything. They bitch about everything. They moan about everything. They're upset every day of their life. They wake up with a frown on their face. With a frown. Listen, do me a favor. 5 o'clock, go to CNN, watch it for 5 minutes, then go over to Fox News for 5 minutes. CNN is frowned. This is the worst day of our life. Trump. Go over to Fox, they're having a good time. They're laughing, they're making jokes. Gutfield is making jokes, everybody's laughing. CNN, it's the end of the world again. Oh my God, it's the end of the world again. And all the women eat it up. The Democratic liberal women eat it up. Oh my God, give me more. We hate Trump. We hate him. That's right. We can't get IDs. Black people can't get IDs. We can't get identifications. Could you imagine? We're talking about getting a fucking ID. An ID. And they're trying to tell you can't get one. And the liberal women are eating this up. Folks, we have a liberal woman problem in this country. And they already did a study on liberal women. 54% of them need mental health. The Pew did a study. It's a real study. Okay? They did a study on these women. They need mental health. Mental health. Folks, it's crazy to me that people believe this. That they believe women and black people can't get an ID. It's crazy to me. But let's hope it passes the Senate because, folks, this just makes every election fair. Every election fair. And I'm not even going to get into the mail votes. Okay? To me, If you can't get your ass in a car and drive down and vote in person, you shouldn't vote. I'm totally against mail-in, too. That's the dumbest thing. Oh, I'm going to be real fat and lazy because I got to eat my whole pan of lasagna tonight, so I can't go down and vote. I'll just fill this form out with my spaghetti sauce on the fucking form. Okay, to me, if your lazy ass can't get down to vote in person, you shouldn't vote. So I'm totally against mail-in voting, too. Okay? Let's make this fair. You want to vote? You go where the voting is. You don't send in a mail vote. Now, there could be exceptions. I'm going to give you exceptions. The military, people that are sick in the hospital, I have no problem with that. I have no problem with that. But if you can walk, then you could go vote. Okay? And I'm not talking about the Walmart people that just because they ate so much, they ate themselves into a wheelchair. Okay? They ate themselves into a wheelchair. I'm not talking about them people. Get your fat ass up out of that wheelchair because you don't need one. You just ate too much and go fucking vote. I said what I said. That's why I'm Danny Miner. You ate yourself into a wheelchair. I said what I said, okay? And it happens all the time in America. Boy, am I going to get the hate for that one. Listen, guys, I was just in a little bit of a bad mood today. Just a little bit of bad mood today. It's cold in Vegas today. It's in the 60s. But listen, guys, I'm going to keep everybody updated on this case, okay? But I have no faith that it's going to get solved. None at all. I will see you guys all tomorrow. Maybe the Miner Details, maybe the Danny Miner Daily Show, maybe both shows tomorrow. But you can guarantee I'm bringing it all uncensored with zero fear. Zero fear. Let's go, baby.